I want you to want me.
I need you to need me.
We have just offended all 65 of our YouTube listeners. Thank you for tuning in. Please stay a while. Love is Blind. This has been fun. This has been a ride. We are season 9, episode 5. We're doing 5 and 6 today. What do you think, Dee? You're a newbie to this game.
It's been very interesting. I think it's going to be more interesting when don't everybody get to see each other at some point.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get to that in episode 6.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff that I'm waiting for. This is going to be interesting.
I love this show. All right. Well, let's get started. Who's going to get engaged? Who's going to see each other? And who's going to stir up the drama today? Love is Blind. Season 9. Episode 5. I want you to want me. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the hosts side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
We start out this episode with Annie and Brennan. Even though it's only the first minute of the show, I have so many thoughts. Before I jump into that, though, Channel Surfers, we are a fairly new podcast. We've been on Apple and Spotify since the end of April. We just joined YouTube maybe 3 or 4 months ago, pretty
Maybe not that
recently.
long.
But
Yeah.
the best thing you can do to support us right now is like, subscribe, comment, follow. It doesn't cost you anything, and it means so much to us. Dee, how many times do we sit here and just geek out over like somebody that comments, and we're both like rushing there to answer and talk to them? We're like, the channel.
A lot. I'm like, we got to
comment.
comment. And I'll tell you to comment. And then if it's not a nice comment, I'm like, you definitely need to be the one to comment.
You know what? I think it's usually just misunderstanding. I think I give everybody the benefit of the doubt because I want to hear their thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why you let me do it, because Dee's like, I'm about to throw down. I'm like, Dee, let's not kick anybody's ass today. Okay.
I'm not as nice as you are.
So we love it. Like, we love that you guys are watching the same stuff. You're interested in the same stuff. We love to hear your opinions. Like, what are you guys thinking? It's always so interesting for me to hear what Dee's thinking, or my friends text me and tell me what they're thinking. I just love the conceptual nature of this. I'm such a nerd. Sorry. But yeah, just like, subscribe, follow, make sure you don't miss the content. We love doing this. We love you guys for supporting us and listening. And every time we see we get a new follower, we're like looking, oh, who is it? And we're like, yeah, probably stalking your Facebook a little bit, but we're like, whoa, they're so cool. We really like them. So thank you so much. I think we've got like 65 on YouTube right now. Look, I'm down to the number on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, well, you probably won't hear this part. I'm like, come on, my friend, see the whole thing. We've got 40 people in the Facebook group. We really need to get some conversation started in there. We'll have to think of something fun. And then we have the Facebook page, like 38 followers. We got 16 whole Instagram followers. And it's fun. It's fun to watch it grow. And it's fun to be with you guys. And we love talking to you. We love the comments. So please get in here, interact with us. Tell us what you think. This is way more fun than doing legal work. You're our best distraction of the whole day. Okay, speaking of distractions and my ADHD just going full swing, let's get back to Brennan and Annie. This girl. I think Brennan is doing the best thing and giving the best advice, which is, girl, slow down and think. Slow down. And what are you doing? I think she's trying to punish him.
I do too. It was so painful and it was so heartbreaking. And then the music that they have playing is just like adding to it. I'm just like, and my heart's breaking for him. He's like, we've been each other's number ones since the beginning. Think about this. She's mad because he didn't tell her first. He didn't fight for her. I think that he's fighting for her now. He's making this last ditch effort, almost begging her.
everything she says is so contradictory too. It just feels like she is trying to hurt him because he has been her number one and he didn't say, I love you fast enough for her. It's been 10 days. She says, I'm not going to wait my whole life. I have laughed. Are you serious? It hasn't even been 2 weeks probably. This isn't your whole life, sweetie.
No.
He's barely waited at all.
Look, I said from the beginning with this particular couple, these two, I feel like their biggest problem is they both have walls up. They're afraid to, show any vulnerability or take that chance on getting heartbroken. And now that she has found somebody else and he knows about it, he's let them down. He's just throwing it all out there. He's letting her know how he really feels and what he wants. And she's not having any of it.
Or maybe he's not somebody who's driving their decisions by emotions and he's actually thinking through things. And I think most of us out there, if we're in this situation 10 days into it, you might be feeling great, but you're going to wonder, is this who this person really is?
Yeah.
Is this the right decision?
Well, that was one of the things that Blake said when he was leaving, when he was talking to that, I don't know if she was a producer or whoever she was with the show. And he's like, I'm just somebody that needs to take a longer time at doing this.
When Blake left after Anna left.
Mm-hmm.
But in that list of things that Annie said that did not make sense, she wants somebody who always chooses her. So she picks Nick, who recently chose her after he had been going back and forth between her and Kate and telling them both the same thing. That's what she wants. She doesn't know him.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, she doesn't know about Kate and the things that he said to Kate. That might change her mind once she finds out, because I'm sure somewhere in the process of all of this, she's going to find out about Kate.
Like, you have a dude that has only been focused on you, who has been taking his time to get to know you and not just blowing smoke up your ass with compliments, which that's Nick. He's either been sexy talking her or the one real conversation, do you want to raise your kids Christian? And what is most concerning to me is when she tells Brennan that Nick wasn't there the whole time. This came on hard and fast. It came out of nowhere. Love bomb.
Thought that too.
Does she know that this dude was thinking about leaving the night before because his number one, he wasn't really listening to what she was saying, and they had a miscommunication, and he went off and was like, I probably made a huge mistake, and then he immediately comes in and proposes to you? It came out of nowhere for him, too. He is love bombing.
I agree. Yeah.
Because she needs that validation. She isn't secure enough with, I'm building this foundation with Brennan. On the other hand, I'm glad that he didn't propose if he wasn't in that place.
Mm-hmm.
Although she's trying to hurt his feelings, I think that probably is best for him.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking? I was like, what if he ends up meeting Kate? Wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah, I don't know if they could.
I don't know.
Oh, well, they haven't connected in the first place.
Right. So at some point, everybody meets everybody, right?
Right. They're going to bring the singles in. Yeah.
Yes. So I was like, what if Brendan ends up with Kate?
Trying to think if that's happened before in Love is Blind. I know that couples have split up and dated other people. I don't know if 2 singles who didn't make it to the finals connected that we know of. Now, I do know, you don't know this, Dee, but they only pick the most interesting couples to follow. There are people who have gotten engaged and married in the pods who aren't part of filmed. Or there was one couple that they got engaged and married, and the dude was super toxic, and they cut them out of all the scenes and made her look like she was a friend shopping, even though she had a white dress on.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because I have noticed there's men that are in the men's quarter and women that I have not seen any of them in the pods.
Her response is, I'm sorry, to Brennan. And I'm like, Annie, you are sorry, not sorry. It feels super intentional. Feels very passive aggressive.
I think she made a big mistake.
Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Channel surfers, what's your take on this? Is Annie mad and punishing Brennan? Another thought I had was, is she too afraid to change her answer with Nick. Now that she's put down a commitment, she would feel like a bad person for switching it.
That's a good possibility. A lot of people put a lot of stock in what others think of them.
I was going to say, I wouldn't care. I feel like
I wouldn't care.
care.
That guy won me over. He would have had my mind changed.
Right. I just wonder if she, maybe she's just not able to assert herself. I hope that she is, but especially if she's always seeking affirmations. Who knows? All right. Before we get into what a big dick Mike is, Dee and I just realized we have been wrong about something like our entire lives. Looking at the captions, when Brennan walks into the room with the guys, he said, "I said my piece." I said, "Dee, how do you spell peace?" And both of us thought it was spelled one way. We thought it was like your peace, like your P-E-A-C-E. You're saying what you need to get it off your chest and bring
To
you
have
peace.
peace.
But the caption was saying P-I-E-C-E. And she goes, "No, I know we're right. I know we're right." I said, "Let's go to Google." We were wrong. It's P-I-E-C-E, like a piece, like you're saying your part, your piece in the show.
Conversation.
Mind blown. No idea. I was today years old when I learned it's peace instead of peace.
Peace.
Anyway. Mike and Megs, what do they want to do? Apparently, Mike wants to emotionally manipulate the shit out of Megs.
I was getting ready to say he is so manipulating, and as soon as he basically insinuates that he's done, he's said what he wanted to say, and he's going to leave because she's not giving him what he wants to hear.
And
she
she
freaks
is
out.
strong. She is not playing this game.
No, but it gets to her. It spooks her. I think he's one of those guys that in the past, he's probably threatened to leave or I'm done, and the girl has just fallen at his feet and given him whatever he wants. And she didn't do that.
He starts with love bombing her. "I want us to go on a trip, just us," like naming all of these international locations. "Cheers to manifesting life with each other." And then when she starts to give him something back and he realizes, okay, yeah, she does have feelings for me. Like, I'm not out of the picture yet. She's like, we'd have unbelievable sex. Then that's when he starts pulling back and pushing her to commit. Are you ready to choose me? Can you make a decision? And when she says, look, I've got another strong connection, just completely honest with him, then he tells her, I'm getting close to love.
Yeah.
Like he's not there yet. And he can't get there unless she gets there. What kind of bull is that? Have you ever heard of like, I can't fall for this person until they fall for me? If you're going to be vulnerable, you put out what you're feeling.
Well, I mean, if that's your mentality, I guess we need to have a conversation with all the stalkers across the world. You know what I mean? Like look, we've all been in love with somebody who didn't reciprocate it at some point in our life. I mean, that's just the way it goes. And I thought
he's just playing her. He's sitting there and withholding affection. She's telling him, I need to know you're all in. He's like, well, I can't give it to you until you make that same sacrifice for me.
I don't think he has the affection to withhold. Yeah, but I don't think he has the affection to withhold. I mean, I think she senses it either. She's like, you're checking off all the boxes, but I'm not feeling it. So he's saying what he needs to say, but she's not feeling anything genuine from him.
And then let's just like turn this heat up a little bit more since she's sitting there and saying, oh, yes, like I do have feelings for you. I think I'm falling for you. Okay, well then, we're not in a horrible position. Let's let her think about what it would be like to lose me. Since she's not going to flop over and be bullied into picking me, I'm going to tell her I'm putting on my shoes and walking out.
If I had met you, if we were in the real world and this was happening, I'd politely walk out the door. What a jerk.
I would have told him to go. Bye.
I would have too. Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out. He's just manipulating.
Then he says, take your time. I'm cutting this early so you can think about, and I don't know if he said life with me or without me, but either way.
It's a punishment. It's like,
contradictory statement. Oh, no, I'm not upset. She's like, I hear it in your voice. His actions are not matching his words, and she doesn't even have to look at him to tell that.
It reminded me of like when I was younger and my parents would talk to me about something and then they'd be like, you go ahead and sit down here on the couch
Yeah.
for a few minutes and think about what you've done. That's what,
Yes.
yes.
Except this man is 37 years old
Mm-hmm.
and she's 33.
Trying to find a partner in life.
You
a
don't
wife.
parentify somebody into marrying you.
Mm-mm.
Gross.
Asshole.
Sparkle Megan Jordyn. Jordyn has been seeing all the drama on the guys' quarters, especially with Brennan just getting his heart crushed. So he walks in and he is telling Megs, I'm just so glad I'm not in a love triangle. It is so hard. I feel very lucky that I'm not part of that. And then she tells him, well, I do have another connection and I thought you knew, which his response genuinely shocked. He says, no, I thought it was Blake. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I didn't mean that. I'm so sorry. This must be super hard for you. Like his focus automatically goes to her heart. Like he sees how hurt Brennan is, and it's probably crushing him that she's in this situation, and he just wants to make it easy on her. And he keeps apologizing and telling her, I didn't mean to put you in a tougher situation. I'm asking a lot. Like for me to ask you to join my family, that's really hard. It could be easier with somebody else because joining a family, that's a lot more that you're taking on. My son will be just a bonus. I don't expect you to do anything except love him, but that's a big ask. And if it's easier for you to choose your other connection, I totally understand that. I want what's best for you. But then he does what Mike doesn't do, which is he's vulnerable. I want to be with you. He doesn't say I love you. He's like, I want to be with you. I want to do this with you, but I want you to have what's best for you. He does like the exact opposite of what Mike does.
Complete opposite. He focuses on her, how she must be feeling, where Mike was completely about himself and pick me, checking off these boxes, no emotion, no emotion.
But also, you realize at this point, she thinks she doesn't know how Mike found out about Jordyn. It's because Jordyn walked in there talking. So she doesn't realize that Jordyn doesn't know.
Right.
But look at what Mike did with the knowledge when he got it. He walked in, he teased her about being stood up. He sat there and said, let's build trust. Tell me who the other person is. Whereas Jordyn's reaction is, I'm so sorry. This has to be so hard for you. I've seen the guys struggling with this. I don't want to put extra pressure on you. I want you to do what makes your heart happy. You're what I want, but it's a big ask. I mean, amazing response.
Yeah. Mike's
It does
just
it
done
all.
that. Well, and Mike's done nothing but sabotage Jordyn, and Jordyn
Talk
doesn't even
smack about it.
know.
Jordyn has no idea, and he doesn't do anything to try to sabotage the other guy. He's like, I'm not going to manipulate someone into joining my family. Either she likes what she sees or she doesn't.
It's a true show of integrity and character between the two of them. And
I love Jordyn.
Yeah, Jordyn's got some integrity. Mike needs to figure out what it is. I don't
And
think
he
he even
makes
knows the
Meg
meaning.
sparkle.
Oh,
And
yeah.
her other connection, that might be what she usually went for, but you can see why she's not smiling in these other connections, why she doesn't look like Sparkle Megan unless she's with Jordyn, is because he just loves her.
Yeah, she probably doesn't even know what it feels like. If all of her exes are like Mike, she doesn't know what it's like for a guy to put her emotions and her in the forefront.
And which way works better? Well, it looks like Jordyn. Jordyn's way is what works because he doesn't ask her to validate him. He doesn't ask her to pick him. He tells her, do what's in your heart. I care about you. I love you. Like, not I love you, but I care about you. I want what's best for you, but I do want to be with you every day. I want to spend my life with you. I want to take you to Luca's preschool graduation, just like the sweetest little things. And then she says, I love you. No pressure. He's actually doing quite the opposite, saying, I'm so sorry. I don't want to make this harder on you. Does the exact opposite of Mike. Out comes, I love you. And then he says, Mrs. Keltner, I love you. At first, he's like, whoa, turn the heat down, which is hilarious. I love his sense
It
of humor.
was. Well, I think she was just as surprised that she said it as he was, and that's what I thought made it so much better is because it was a genuine, I love you.
It's
You know, she's
natural.
like, yeah, she was just sitting there giggling at something that he said or what, thinking about something that he just said, and she's like, I love you.
And they're both so giddy. I
I
don't see Mike
know.
getting giddy over it. I could see him if that was
No.
the situation being like, haha, I won. Screw you, Jordyn. You can go sit down on a dick, you jerk. That's feelings about Mike. Nick and Annie. Nick, that man is smooth as that flax.
He's got the moves.
He's kind of funny when they first come in the pods. He goes, imagine that. I think the first place we ever met was the pods, and look at us here now.
That was kind
Which
of
is funny.
funny.
That
Yeah.
was funny. And Annie's crying. It was really hard for her to cut ties with Brennan. She says she feels bad. She has a really cute outfit on, like these peach-colored pants and a dark brown shirt.
She's very cute. She reminds me of Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Oh, yeah. Green
Yeah.
Acres is the place to be. Okay. And Nick, this man is word salad. He's like, oh, I wish I could hug you. And then he starts telling her what he loves about her, which it all reflects back on him. I don't know if you noticed that. He's like,
How she makes him feel confident. I think
right,
that was one
you
of them.
give me the confidence to be who I am. You make me feel so good. It's all about how she makes him feel. It's not about the amazing things about her.
I noticed that too because I was making the exact same notes. I was like, wait a minute.
And then he basically just fills the rest of the space up with, I love you and I will choose you. And then he proposes and she says yes. Like that's what she's looking for. She's looking for the words even without anything to validate that.
She should have been seeing Mike.
I think Nick is probably enough.
Oh
Nick,
my gosh.
smooth X-Lax Nick. Annie goes back to the pods. The girls are thrilled. Nick goes into the pods, pumping his fist in the air. We're getting married. He does not get a cheer. And at first I'm thinking, oh, why aren't the guys cheering for him?
Do they all hate him?
I didn't see Brennan at the table either.
I didn't either.
And Brennan says congrats. And he's sitting there trying to be as stoic as he can. Edmund, what an empathetic person.
Yes.
He is an empath. He feels what Brennan is feeling. Like Brennan, he's very stoic, I would say. You can't really tell. Edmund is just bawling his eyes out. He's like, man, this is so hard. It's just breaking me down. You look so sad. It's like he's reading this man's soul.
Yeah.
And he's hurting. Edmund is hurting for him. But I really like that he's so empathetic.
I do too. And he completely acknowledged as well that Nick didn't see him sitting there when he came in.
Very fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nick, still sitting there with the guys at the table. What kind of bullshit is this? I respect you all for going on this journey. What kind of backhanded bullshit is that to say to a dude who you just took the girl he's been in love with since day 2 and gotten, well, I respect you for going on this journey. I would respect you getting out of my face, which pretty much what Brennan does. He gets up, he goes back to the couch, and then Nick gets up to go follow him. And Brennan's like, no, please, no, dude, not right now. I don't need to be near you. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be around Nick either.
Yeah, I would have been the same way. I'd have been like, get lost. I can't deal with you right now. I can't talk to you. I don't want to look at you. Because
look at the difference in empathy between Edmund and Nick, he's just not reading anything.
He's not. He's not.
He's all about him. He doesn't care or maybe even understand how other people are feeling, which that's fine. Maybe he's got some neurodivergency. Maybe there's something that's blocking him.
Mm-hmm.
But just even with the women, how he didn't care that he was telling them both, I love you. He didn't think about how they would feel when they watched the show and find out. It was all about him making sure he locked something down.
He was a winner.
No.
Yeah. He wanted to be a winner. And I still don't get the whole let's go. Like every couple that gets engaged screams, let's go.
Let's go fuck. I don't
I
know.
don't know what it's supposed to mean.
Okay, let's do our old people stuff. Giggle.
I'm just so tired of hearing. It's like they definitely have to be told to say that because every single couple is saying it when they get engaged.
In slang, let's go is a versatile exclamation expressing enthusiasm, joy, excitement, or approval, similar to yes or come on. It can also be used to cheer for a team. Just an expression of excitement or joy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that they all have different expressions. It's not all let's go with everybody.
What's up? It's
What's
just
up?
it's what the kids are saying nowadays.
Yeah, I know, but
Groovy, man.
let's go for she said yes. I mean, what's wrong with hell yes? Or
Oh my gosh.
I would just think
When we
individual.
do the Are You episode, which is the Am I the Asshole and Am I Overreacting from Reddit, I should do a little like Gen Z pop quiz to see how you do. I mean, I'll probably fail the fuck out of it, but
I know
it'll
I'll
be
probably
fun.
fail the fuck of it. But I'm just saying, you would think as individuals, somebody would have something different to say than let's go.
It's just what kids say nowadays. Anyway, yeah, he definitely was not a winner. He was a weenie. Got my weenie whistle.
He was
That's
an
not nice for Nick.
asshole. Yeah, he was an asshole.
The Pat and Kacie reveal.
Oh my gosh, most awkward one so far.
She's overwhelmed.
I
To
think
be
they're
fair,
both overwhelmed. Yeah, he seems to be really nervous too.
he seems to be very excited and nervous, and she, I think, is seeing him, I think, made it real.
Oh yeah, so she don't know what to think. It just
Well,
seemed really. It didn't feel natural at all. Their meeting.
no. But it's kind of like what we saw with Madison and Joe. Joe, it was taking his head a minute to put two and two together.
Yeah.
Now, my goodness, Pat is tall. We knew he
I
played
wrote that.
basketball.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I was like, I did not realize he was as tall as he is.
He has like a nice body. Like he sweeps her off her feet, picks her up. And then the kiss was awkward. She doesn't even remember the first kiss, but it was like a few pecks. And then she just hugs him. I think was she just trying to process it all? It's got to be weird. You're sitting there. There's a bunch of camera crews. It's not like you're alone. You're meeting this person who you've agreed to marry and told you love for the first time with a whole crew around you on a stage.
Right. But, I said after watching the last episode that I'm having a really hard time getting a read on her. I don't feel like she's there for the genuine reasons that everybody else is.
She did drop some hints that maybe
Yeah.
that's not the case since she was ready to have a boyfriend and go on the show.
Mm-hmm. But she's all
Which
about
is
that
interesting
ring.
because people on the show have gone on and had girlfriends and had agreements before. In the Charlotte season that happened. But they don't say it on the show, which makes me think she was really falling for him. Or she really didn't want backlash when people found out.
Maybe. I don't know. But she's all about the ring. That's one thing I noticed. She's paying a lot of attention to this ring.
She almost seems like a deer in headlights, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Like she don't know what's
her
happening.
trying to connect it all. And like you said, he's flustered too. He doesn't even think to propose at first. And then they sit down and he's like, oh, I have to do it. And then he's like kind of thinking and looking around. Do you think he had a boner?
Maybe. One of them, I think it was Edmund. I think it was Edmund when he got in, where they're talking by themselves to the camera. He's like, I'm crying and have a boner at the same time.
Well, they sit down and then he like needs a minute to get up. And then when they get up, Patrick says, Kacie, you walk in front of me, ladies first. Hide it from the cameras. He's so funny. He's like, I didn't ask about your hair. Is that a balayage or highlights? And she's like, it's highlights. I like balayages, but when my gray started coming in, I went back to highlight.
Yeah.
And he proposes and she says yes. And then she starts crying. It looks like she's scared to me.
Something's going on with her. The whole thing feels off or awkward or weird. Like you said, it's kind of like a deer in the headlights. Like when she's talking by herself to the camera, it's all about the ring. Like she
I just
giggles and
wonder where she is with this ex. They
maybe
dated
she's
on
drunk.
and off for 10 years. She's still talking to him, and she doesn't want him to know that she gets engaged. I
Well,
think she hasn't processed that.
that's a possibility, or I'm wondering if she's drunk because I really felt like last episode that she was drunk
Oh.
when she was talking to him in one of the pods there towards the end. Her words were
So
slurring and
whether
stuff.
she's drunk now in the moment or she's been drunk during the days.
Maybe shit, she may be drunk through the whole thing for all I know.
Producers do like them to drink.
We can't really tell because of the glasses.
Now, listening to Pat try to say pheromones, he's like, pheromones? Pheromones? I don't know. She smells like love.
And I wrote down, what the fuck does love smell like?
Pheromones. If it's coming off of Kacie, probably the pheromones.
Maybe it's the alcohol.
There was this, it was like a Tupperware, but for sex toys. Pure Romance. Have you ever heard of it?
I don't know.
This was like a long time ago.
I go to Bad Kitty for my sex toys.
Well, that's a store. This is like the person comes to your house and you have a party with your girlfriends and they show you all these different products and stuff.
So instead of like a Tupperware party, it's a
Right.
dildo party? Oh, wow.
There you
Okay,
go.
no. Not
Picking up
been
what
to
I'm
a
putting down.
dildo party.
One of my friends threw this back when I lived in Fort Mill, and they had this pheromone like roller, and it smells different on everybody, and you can put it on and like it brings a different scent out because it brings your pheromones out. It smelled so good. You could put other like perfume on top of it, and then they stopped selling it. I think it was called like Pure Instinct or Basic Instinct, but I found one on Amazon that pretty much the same thing. Smells amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I did not know there was anything like that.
And it like doesn't have a smell, but you put it on and it brings out your natural smell. And then you can like put perfume on
Gotcha.
top. Anyway, I'll look and say in the next episode what it is. During our little break, I'll grab it.
Okay.
So Patrick, I think he's so funny. He tells the crews like y'all should meet her.
I think he's adorable.
He is so cute. And like I said, Kacie just has that shock. She's just like, someone look at my ring. I can't stop looking at it. And it's like she loses the smile and then cheers back up. And then she's just like, this is crazy. I mean, that's her response.
Well, that's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason why I said maybe she's been drinking. Like I was trying to come up with reasons for why she's acting the way she is because it's just off.
But do you think she'd be drinking the first time she meets him? Maybe she's been drinking before and didn't. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea.
I would say all of them probably have. I mean, if I was in that situation, I'd probably like down a glass of wine or something just to calm my nerves or something. She may have just had too much.
Yeah, I think she's in shock. That was my takeaway. So, Patrick and Kacie's reveal. To sparkle Megan's story, first she meets up with Mike, and he's written her a love letter. Too little, too late. She's already told Jordyn that she loves him, and he's still like, even though it's a little bit nicer, a little bit more vulnerable, he still says, I don't want to say bad things about somebody, but I think you're making a mistake. We are so different. I feel like I know what's best for you. He acts like he knows her better than she knows herself after 10 days in the pod, and he always makes her doubt herself. I do not like that.
I don't like it either. And I think that that's, again, something that she's picking up that's similar to her exes. And she basically tells him, look, I never trust my gut, and I'm going to go with my gut this time.
She's going to trust herself. She goes back to the dorms, and the girls say, trust your instincts. Mm-hmm. They reaffirm, you need to go with your gut on this. You know what's best for you. And she says she wonders if he's alluding to how Jordyn looks. Although he does say that they have very different personalities, which no shit, Sherlock. You don't need eyes to know that.
I think we've well established that they don't have the same personality. Thank God. That's
Tell
why
her
she's
something she doesn't know. That's why she's picking Jordyn.
Yeah.
Now, Jordyn comes back in. he's not like even saying anything. He knows that Mike is still in the room, and he goes and sits on the couch. Nick is sitting with his boy Mike, and he tells him, "You're a catch. You're the most eligible bachelor here. Her loss, she's going to need an EpiPen when she sees you," which is a reference back to Charlotte, Love is Blind. I had to show D the
Yeah.
Jimmy, Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
Jessica drama, but he was referring to that. Second time that couple's come up from the Charlotte season. Some epic memories. And Mike walks off. Nick goes to sit down in the living room, and Jordyn calls him out on it. He goes, "You know, we both have the same number one." Because that's pretty rude to Jordyn for Nick to be saying all of that stuff to Mike in front of him.
Yeah, he heard the whole conversation.
And
then
then Nick plays dumb. He's like, "Oh, no, we're not even dating the same people." He's like, "No, me and Mike." And he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, fuck." Like, you just told Mike she made a big mistake. Her loss.
Yeah.
Nick is a douche.
Way to be a friend. You can tell Nick and Mike are like two peas in a pod. I'd say that their characters are very similar.
There's very kind ways to support somebody
Mm-hmm.
without having to do backhanded attacks at somebody else.
Right.
Jordyn goes in to meet with Megs. And he says, "I know that your convo was hard." And she says, "Do what you've always done. Get what you always got." And that was Mike for me. That's very wise. I like that saying. I'm going to have to start using that.
Yeah, she's
So
smart.
true for so many aspects of life.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordyn, he is so classy. He says, "Mike came in and hugged me and told me, 'Congrats, you deserve to know that.'" So you say I was a great guy, which no, he's been saying everything to insinuate you aren't a great guy. But Megan is also classy, and she says, "Yeah, he said you were very different." So yeah, that probably is a compliment that they're different. Anybody but
It
that
is.
type.
And it completely shows too. Like, I mean, it's like night and day for her, the way that Mike acts about Jordyn and then the way that Jordyn comes in and acts about Mike. He was so generous with giving her that information because he didn't have to. He didn't have to tell her that to make her feel better that, knowing that Mike had come into the quarters and was acting like that with him. He could have just left it to where.
But he also does it because he doesn't want her to suffer thinking about having to make that decision.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was very
by
generous of him to say it.
he kind of gave his blessing, that helps her suffering.
Right.
And then she asked him about his tattoos, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a couple." Because she said small ones. He's like, "Yeah, I got a couple." And then he's just quiet, and she's like, "Uh-oh." That was really funny. They are so funny.
I think
He
they balance
proposes.
each other.
What's that?
I think they balance each other very well.
They do. The yin and the yang.
Exactly. I see it with them.
She says yes to the proposal, and then we get the weakest "let's go." It's like such a dad "let's go." He's sitting on the couch. He's like, "Yeah, let's go."
I'm so tired of these let's go.
Gotta say what these kids are saying. Let's go. Nick and Annie. I think we got everything from this reveal that we expected to get. They're both telling each other that the other one is hot. They're making out with each other. It's very like skin deep. Doesn't go very deep.
It was a complete makeout session, honestly.
She's just glad he's not some mountain man. She would have loved him if he was, but when she sees him, she knew she made the right decision. She didn't get some bearded lumberjack.
He's clean cut and handsome.
He didn't give bearded lumberjack to me.
He didn't. Me either. Like, I have no idea where she got that from.
Maybe that's what she was
Maybe
looking
because.
for.
Oh, well, or maybe because we can see him. Like,
Maybe because they're in Colorado.
yeah, true. But I mean, even listening to him, I would, like, if I closed my eyes and listened, I would not get Mountain Man. I would not see
bearded
him.
lumberjack goes shopping at Target?
True.
Yeah, that's all I've got for them. They were all horned up on each other. Their pheromones were working.
It smells like love.
I was going to say it smells like desperation.
I know. Good one.
But speaking of love and smelling like love, we get Jordyn and Meg's meet up. Oh my gosh.
I love them.
The stars are aligned. I have no doubt that her dad brought them together with the whole type 1 diabetes. Look at all that sugar getting them together. They both
Mm-hmm.
look so happy to see each other. She has been sweating bullets because Mike had her all in her head. And she's just relieved. She's like, he's cute. He's all about her.
He's
He's
blushing.
very respectful, too. He's not,
Yeah.
I mean, he knows his mom is watching, which he
Yeah.
says, but also his son could be watching.
But did you notice how much he was blushing? Like his
Yes.
face, he was blushing so bad. I was like,
I had
that's so
never seen
adorable.
how big his smile was until this reveal.
Yeah.
And he brings pictures of Luca and he's like, look, I make pretty babies. And she's like, I love him. I really feel like everything aligned that my dad brought me here. And he goes, thanks, Greg. Like he knows her dad's name. He's been listening to what she's saying and her stories. And he says, we need you. It was so cute. It was all just so cute.
I just loved it all. And it was so comfortable and natural. Like you can tell they're already in that
Yes.
kind of place.
She said it felt like a warm hug, that it just felt natural. She loves his tattoos.
Yes.
She is
Yes.
all about them tats. She's like, yes, actually sexy. They're both sparkling.
Yeah. It's not just Sparkle Megan, it's Sparkle Jordyn too.
Sparkle Jordyn. Jordyn Sparks. Okay, that's a singer. I love them.
I do too. I think they're my favorite couple.
Soulmates. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that her number 3 became her number 1 because she had me scared for a few
I did
minutes.
too. You know, it just shows her determination. She was determined going into this not to pick the same kind of guys over and over and over again because it wasn't working. And she did. And I think she's going to be extremely happy. She's already happy.
She is. And Jordyn, he says, I'm going to use this vasectomy. I'm going to use this vasectomy. And he goes, but to be tactful, we're going to go to a nice dinner.
We're going to have dinner
so funny. That's like one of the number 1 traits for guys. Like if they're funny.
Yeah, they
like,
got to have a sense of humor.
my husband could make me laugh until I cried. And that was
Yeah,
definitely
mine
part of what
too.
turned my attraction.
Yeah, mine too.
And we wrap up this episode with a really confusing scene. We see
Kacie. Yeah.
talking to production. She's kind of crying, but kind of not. She says she doesn't see the attraction growing. She wants to go home. He deserves someone that's obsessed with him. She doesn't think she can get there. This is back at the ladies' hotel. So they bring in Patrick, and she's all over him. She is hugging him, kissing him, crying, straddling him and kissing him. And she's saying, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And he goes, look, we don't have to go to Mexico. That's fine. We can go back and date. But she just keeps dodging any of his advances.
It's bizarre. She said that, you know, he deserves someone better than her. Something is going on with this girl outside of what this show is about.
I wonder if she goes home and texts the ex and is like, I found somebody, to see if he tries to take her back before she tries to jump back in with Patrick. Like, I feel like Patrick is a backup option, or maybe she thought it would get her over the guy, and maybe she really does have feelings for Patrick, but she hasn't processed that last relationship. She's not over that yet, so she can't throw herself in completely.
I don't know. Something's going on with her. It
I
just
just
is
can't
not.
imagine being on and off with somebody for 10 years.
No. Well, that's an abusive relationship, I bet.
She
It
needs to
has to
let
be.
him
That's one of the
go.
things with abusive relationships. They keep going back and keep going back and keep going back. So maybe it's
That's a good point.
it's abusive. Yeah.
And maybe she can't get her mind to be with someone else, even though she has feelings for this person, because she's so afraid of how this guy's going to react and that she would lose him forever. And she just hasn't been able to let go yet.
Yeah. Something's definitely off with her.
Good point. All right. Well, that is Love is Blind. Season 9, episode 5. I want you to want me. So relevant throughout so many situations here. Thank you for listening, Channel Surfers. Make sure you like and subscribe. We are going to come back at you with episode 6. And then we'll be done with Love is Blind until next Wednesday. And they're not going to slam us like they did this week with 6. We're getting 3 next Wednesday.
It's been exhausting, but fun.
It has, but fun. I love this show. I just love everything about it. I love everything about you, Channel Surfers. You're the best. You are the best friends ever, the coolest surfers. I like hanging 10 with you. All right, I'm such a nerd. Love ya. Bye.
Let's ride.